attack coming in. Capture and hold the resource points. Stop any hostiles that get in your way. Resource point Theta is ours. They have resource point Gamma. Kappa is under enemy control. We have Gamma. have resource point Gamma. Enough resources. We've failed.
All right, testing, testing. That's great. We had our first silent match of the entire forever of Yuntow. So that was an exciting match, and I said a lot of exciting things. So just put your imagination to work, and I'm sure you understand how great that match is. We saw a lot of great movements coming out of that team. We now swapped to Caustic Valley. I'll go over what I can for that last match, so you guys can get a little bit of feel of what it was to expect and what the interpretation was. But first, let's make sure we get everything set up for everyone. All right, so once again, this will be Caustic Valley, a very unfortunate map, and not in the sense of anything necessarily wrong with it, unless you have an issue with the smoke plumes, but just because of the color palette does not leave much to desire. Not a lot of green survives in this map, but maybe that is fitting, because if not much survives in this map, then why would their mech survive in this map? It can be a little toastier, it's a little bit toastier than most people expect. And here we go, Caustic Valley. We have the Theta Cap, and this is the 3-line I spoke of, all the way from Gamma, all the way to Cap on the other side. Let's see what these teams bring for us and see what kind of fight we're going to have on our hands. So coming out of Tikonov Rangers, once again, we are seeing a Fafnir 6 R by us, a Bullshark 6 by Perilous, Blackjack Arrow from Volt. We have a Laximist from the Blackjack 1X. We have the Phoenix and the Fleet 19. Let's say a Bullshark 6. So we're seeing ourselves a 2 Bullshark 6 fight with a Fafnir coming in as well. Bringing in 2 Gods, 4 large laser. The Bullshark 6 is bringing 5 UAC 5. Bringing in 5 UAC 5. Bullshark 1X running 6 medium lasers, 2 large lasers, 6 light machines, 2 large X-Pulse. Fleeting team probably bringing the mag shot special. 8 mag shots to begin with. So, not too bad so far. We got a nice little Daka with long range anchor. Now, coming out of Nap's team, we have a Jenner O with the SRM special. Spider Frankie probably running the mag shot 7-nose PPCs. No! For Michigan's medium X Pulse, they want to go for a little more sustained DPS. Crusader 16 by Face Troll, bringing the 12 small 2-ear PPC. And then Lemothy bringing the 6 LB2 with their Annihilator. Captain Rex bring in a 6 LB2 Annihilator. And lastly, for the last mech of the team, we are going to see ourselves a Grasshopper 5H by Samziel all the way to the far right to be another anchor position for the team. More than likely, yep, that's right, we're upping 5 ER large lasers. So, Both teams having a little bit of answer. Both teams for NAF looking more into a long range receive with Tikonov going for more of a push deck. They're wanting to push in and want to get value that way. Now, interesting enough, both of them have their own anchor ranges, with the Fafnir 6R being able to do God's Blue Laser and the Grasshopper doing all blue lasers. As far as like the mechs themselves, like Bull Sharks getting to Annihilers with their Optum would probably be a very good exchange, especially UX would do a heavy amount of DPS. But they got to be able to do it, and those LB2s will reach out and touch someone, which is not what Tikonov really wants. He would not like to sit back and wait for that to happen. So like Chrysalis, who is only getting by LB2 fires almost at max optimal, is now dropping down to 86%. So NAF being set up on those high ridges right now is making this push for Tikonov very difficult to achieve with a blue laser trip mech on the far side. Now, as far as Wolfpack versus Wolfpack, a Fleet 19 with Blackjacks versus a Jenner Spider and a Crusader, it's a pretty even matchup. They're kind of doing different things. It seems like NAF's was bringing a more of a, if we're in a brawl, we're stuck in, with the Crusader being the heavy puncher in that one. While for Tikonov, they are looking for more of a mid-range fight. Like with their Flea, they're open to rely on the max shots to help them out. The Blackjacks have a little more mid-range, long-range carry. And so they're looking for a long-range fight or a mid-range fight at worst. And the Fleet 19 trying to get a peek, trying to get some info, drop it down to 92%. I wonder if that's some pretty good damage on the side torso. And this is the problem. Tikonov has to make a decision. Do they weather the storm and push up under the LB2 onslaught that is the Annihilator, knowing that only one Annihilator and a Crusader with PPCs would be the only things being able to hit at them, and take the, damage coming for that to make the push happen? Or did they sit here? Now, NAF is not being as reserved in the moment. They are actually going for the back cap on Kappa, putting themselves in a 3-cap lead, which is going to enforce Tikonov to actually make a decision. Like, they are not going to be able to sit down and try to take for good trades or hope for the enemy team to reposition in a bad manner, which is totally fine and it can't be expected, but this is going to force them to have to react. And now this might react in a situation where NAF's going to enjoy, because that blue laser Grasshopper has clear lines of sight down both the sides of this mountain in front of us right here. So they're going to be able to secure both sides and make sure that they can punish whenever an exchange or push comes over. Let's see if they recognize that now, where they let Phoenix and LexMex be able to push in.
Kappa is under
Looks like the LB2 firing the others. What's kind of looking at the Kappa, see if they can deny and stop this. They were able to get the Kappa. They were able to get a little more cat time on it. The LB2 was not enough. They probably needed the Grasshopper to offer some assistance, but the Grasshopper was not in a position to do so. Let's take a look at the damage numbers just to see what we can look at. We have Emitter in the lowest amount of health on their heavy tonnage, being at 79%. Nothing opened, nothing severely damaged. Looks like the call for Tikonov in this particular instance is to have their Fleet 19, see if they can secure a Theta. They don't really have a lot of Overwatch to make this push easier, so we'll see if I-Team Trick is able to stop the Phoenix. And indeed they do. The benefit of having this machine guns and the X-Pulse is that all it needs is a little bit of trace damage. If it's running sub-nose max shot, it would have to hit that shot in order to stop the flip. There we go. Blue laser trade coming out of the Fafnir, trying to offer some assistance for this cap hold. Phoenix is moving to a different position, Team Drake moving to a different position to deny the Phoenix once again. The Flea is trying to make this hold happen. If they can get the Theta flip, they can at least put their team into a winning situation. Lots of fires going out, but it looks like it is going to flip over to Tikonov. There's the neutral cap. Let's see if they're able to secure it, or will NAF actually put a little bit heavier pressure on it. They do have armor to bleed at this point, so they could afford to do it, but maybe they're fine with taking the damage away. Like, the Flea is not going to want to stay here indefinitely. So eventually they'll be able to put out significant damage on the mech as it leaves this fight. And I believe that is what we're looking for. I mean, NAF again has the lead in points. Maybe they don't know it 100% because of the range differences. They do have the damage value. Their lowest mech being the Grasshopper 5H at 83%. Once again, for Tikonov, they're down to 72% for their mech. 88% if you count the Flea as well. Got a little bit of scrap with going over the Theta now, with Team Drake and Matildas looking to see if they can engage on this in a safe manner to where they're not going to take too much punishment. Looks like the Phoenix, though, standing tall, standing brave, is not going to go down in the night, willing to fight over the Theta cap, knowing that their team needs to be able to secure this at least in a decent amount. We have the Fafnir trying to set up so it can actually offer some long-range support, but that Grasper 5H also trying to beat a situation to deny and give Overwatch. We have Volt over to the side, seeing if they can catch the Grasshopper when it peaks. And, you know, Tikonov still keeps Theta in their cap hold. Crusader 6T still offering a different kind of spot over the Echo 3 positioning. See if they can get shots on mechs leaving or receiving. You get late UAV coming out so they can make sure they're not going to get pushed while they're trying to make these exchanges. Now they're still sitting back, still sitting pretty. All they need to do is hold that far side so that way they can know if a push is about to happen. Looks like some of the mechs are trying to be a little antsy and wanting to trade into it again. Now emitter is dropping down to 69%. Let's see if we have anything open up so far. Nope, we got a left to right orange torso, so not quite exposed on armor. We have a little bit of overheat from Chrysalis, but nothing too bad. I mean, the situation feels a little difficult for Tikonov once again, but remember, this has just happened just like our round 1 match, where Tikonov was a little bit on the off foot, trying to react to Naf's ability to secure caps early, but they're trying to slowly secure it back now. Now it's going to come down, is there going to be a desperate push or a desperate maneuver? Or, I shouldn't say desperate, a calculated, well-measured decision. And it looks like this one's going to be Phase Troll with the Crusader 60. Very terrifying mech. Its weakness is its arms, where most of it boats most of its small lasers. But it's still a terrifying mech, being a 65-tonner heavy. It looks like it's going to come in to shake off the Phoenix, try to get him off this cap point. Phoenix taking some LB2 damage. The Crusader just getting at the same time. We get a headshot of the Phoenix. Not sure if that's going to be applicable in this situation. Takes a nice little pot shot. See if we can get a little more value. Trying to deny the cap once again. We don't see any long-range support easily able to deny this, so it's going to be up to Phoenix to make this deny happen. A little bit of dog fire towards Phase Troll. Now getting hit from the large X-Pulse Blackjack Arrow. Legs ready to pop on the Phase Troll. Excuse me, I say Phase Troll. There we go. That's the kind of engagement they were hoping for. So they did lose Theta for Tikonov, but it looks like it's something they could easily claim. Phase Troll took quite a beating to make that cap actually happen. Secured it, they did, but they did have to make quite a bit of effort of armor sharing to make that happen. Team Drake dropping down to a left leg that is now orange. And we have Matilus looking to be fairly fresh, I would imagine so at this point. So once again, Naf back in the control of the Theta cap. Let's see if that is something that they're going to be able to hold on for the rest of this fight, or will Phoenix make another dab at it? And here we go, almost on cue. The Phoenix is going for it, seeing if they get the cap for it. Team Drake and Phase Troll not waiting a second, is able to put some firepower, put out some shots. Nothing connecting the Phoenix. Phoenix, you know, squinching their little flea booty into a better situation, tucking to the canes and rocks so they don't get any return fire. However, 59% there. Looks like Phoenix is having to, you know, dip and dodge around, even taking grasshopper damage. Still nothing opened up, so impressive display of flea maneuverability and arbor twisting to keep their mech not only in the game, but with nothing open except for the cockpit. Because the cockpit weighs for, let's say, about 20%. Now, we need to focus back on the big tonnage. The Wolfpack is doing a lot of work, but the big tonnage is now maneuvering to where they can maybe get themselves engaged. Now, the question is, will NAF know? They did have a UAV. I think it just went down. They definitely know now as we see Blue Laser Trade hitting up these target mechs. Now, the question is, will they see Limothy in their 902A, or will Athemi just going to pull back? Playing more reserve for NAF is probably not the worst decision in this, because they have the cap lead. They're still fighting over that Theta fight. These assault mechs need to make a decision, but there is only 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the match. So this could be decided here and now, because they need to get the cap points back into their favor of Tikonov. It looks like they are going to commit a lot more towards Theta for that reason. 2 blackjacks going in, taking a well beating, but taking out the Spider 5K in that exchange. I'm assuming both the legs going down. We have the Crusader now legged, but still in a good firing position to help deal and contend with what's happening on Theta. Matilla is trying to make something happen on the side flank. Meanwhile, we do see that one of the bull sharks from Tikonov does go down, as both these Annihilators being able to have Overwatch push back the bull shark, including Chris. We have the Captain Rex at a very low tonnage. Oh, as I look at him, they die. Chrysalis giving a fantastic shot. Meanwhile, Theta, Matilus is cleaning up, ticking off. And the Crusader Phase Troll still staying alive. Impressive work with the Crusader. Phoenix, even more so impressive with that 39% fleet, deciding that this fight is not going to work over here. So maybe we need to try for a gamma push. However, it's now a 2v4 situation. Both teams battered to beat it, but not giving up, which is what you want to see for a proper MechWarrior fight. Ozdat's going in against Lip, but they potentially will pick it up. And indeed they do. Godslash Blue List is doing the work. They are going to try to... Look like they might try to just take trades, take fights. They could potentially go for Gamma, see if they can secure that, and rely on Phoenix to somehow, some way, use their magical powers as a flee, and still showing those magical powers as a flee to get the cap. It's going to be up to Mechwarriors being able to secure this back, but Mechwarriors, knowing the cap game is heavily in their favor, is just going towards Kappa, securing Kappa for NAF, so that way there's no way, at least with the mechs in space that is limited to them, for Tikonov to come back in this match. With only 3 minutes left in the clock, less than 100 points left to go. It's a hard ask. We do not see a Gamma flip coming out of this from Eostos. Seem to be okay with taking the trades with the Grasshopper. Sam's in the Grasshopper, been in this spot for pretty much the entire engagement. Let's see how they're faring so far. CT orange, right torso red, left torso orange as well. So a good spattering of the damage. But they're not out yet. I mean, they've still been fighting, given it's just been them and that Fafnir trading out. 5 yards lasers versus 2 Gauss 4 yards lasers. I mean, I would give it to the Fafnir more than likely for the superior armor and for the amount of damage they can put out. And sure enough, while they have overheated themselves potentially, or maybe, no, they didn't overheat. They may have gotten some back shots because of the LB2 annihilators. Even though they are pretty low in this, I mean, that orange armor is going to be pretty nice against that Grasshopper. So not too bad for them to deal with. We do see that Phoenix is going to take Gamma Cap for this one. But again, 50 points left to the match. They need that third cap back. And it seems like Mechwarriors is very happy to sit back on Kappa and make sure that this does not even remotely chance come back to him. Will they secure Kappa? It looks like to be the case, knowing that the time is on their side. So all they need to do is sit by Kappa using the smokestacks. I love it. Beautiful scene. To secure the Kappa hold so that way the fleet decides to run all the way across, which it looks like it's appearing to do now. They can manage to make this happen. Now, one option that could happen, but I don't see it happening right now, is if they were able to kill, talking about Tikonov, was able to kill the rest of NAF, they would be able to start securing other caps. So you could position your mechs in such a way that another cap would be available to you. However, NAF is very much aware. They're not giving this away. There's Samzil, knowing that it's orange CT, is not willing to peek any of that. Mechwarriors, however, is fairly fresh, being at 64%. Let's see if the Phoenix can once again prove that they can rise from the ashes of creation and somehow defeat a general that's a little bit fresher than they might want. Going down to 26%, and there we go. I mean, Phoenix, you had a great run. You survived so much of that when, honestly, I thought you were dead numerous times. So well fought, well traded. Mechwarriors, great planning. NAF definitely having that match in control, but instead of what they did the first time where they made an engagement when they potentially didn't have to, they relied on the caps to force the enemy team being Tikonov to get into a position that they preferred. So Tikonov, I think they did their best. They were definitely doing pretty decent in the fights and surviving with their mechs in a lot of ways that I didn't even think was going to be possible. Talking about the Bullet Sharks and the Fafnir surviving to the very end, the Flea and the Blackjack support being pretty great. We're going to see some probably big damage numbers. You have Samzil 295, the Grasshopper that was in the far region, never really having to move, just able to shoot. And then we have Ostios and the Fafnir 739, great damage. Let's move on to the next match. I have faced in the past, both are teams you cannot underestimate, so I'm curious. Oh, and that curious is ever mounting as we see out of NAF. They are bringing with Umbra, a Charger, Base Troll, Vulcan 5S, Zeus Golmosh, that's the Master Zeus, with Team Drake, Charger 181 from Kiwi Banter, Krennic with the Vulcan 5S, and another Charger, the final Charger from Lithamy. Let's see what kind of builds we're going with the Chargers as we quickly. We need 3 large X poles, 4 smalls, 3 large X poles, smalls. We have SRM6 Artemis Snubnose PPC. We have the Vulcan 5S, probably running the Snubnose mag shots, but this looks like to be a speed brawl deck, or at least a fast brawl nonetheless. Now quickly, out of Tikonov, Rangers, we have a Javelin 11F, probably running heavy machine gun, small X poles. Another Javelin probably running the same thing. Those are by Chrysalis and our good old Sivo. We have a Bull Shark 6, the final Bull Shark. Here we go, coming out of Ostats with 3C10, 3-leg PVC. We have a Charger 3K, 4 large exposed longbow overcharger, second one of the season, of the tournament match, with 4 smalls, 6 ER mediums, and 2 binary kins, and their own Charger 1A1. Bring 5 smalls, 2 large expos. So both teams going for a push tech. Tikonov going with a more mixed, I would say, questionably balanced push tech, because they want to be able to actually set up a field of fire where they can answer a little bit of everything, while for NAF, they have the large explosives to give them some range trade, but they still want to get in. With the recent nerfs to the Chargers, where they went from 15% heat reduction to 5% heat reduction, those large explosives cook quick, and here we go. The fight is already beginning. We're not going to worry about the cap points. We're going to see how this fight unfolds, as both these mechs are letting out. I'm Team Drake is trying to lead the charge, but it's dropped at 57%, 55%. Going down slowly but surely. Looks like the focus fire is Tank with the charge of 3K, the 4 large expulse. I'm Team Drake, very well played. Pulled out of that fight, trying not to lose their mech in the very beginning. Looks like Emitter now being the focus fire. We do see the Javelin coming up to the side flank to try to harass. Team Drake does go down from that Javelin harass. But we do see 2 beat-up mechs coming up, ticking off, as they have now Tank and Emitter dropping down to sub 70%. Phoenix hitting Umber Dancer with the side flank with a charge of 1A1. Those Javelins doing great work to keep harassing, keep the pressure on, taking off the pressure of the Tikonov Rangers. Big tonnage. Now it looks like the Vulcan 5Ss are dealing off. Max shot snubs versus heavy machine guns. It's going to come to like who can hit their shots. Phoenix still cleaning up some kills on their longbow overcharge as they managed to pick up the last of the big tonnage. Now it's just these 2 Vulcans and a charge of 1A on, trying to make this fight happen, trying to make it work, and my gosh, is it not beautiful. Last mech trying to get away, and Vulcan see if they can persevere in some way, some form. That is a lot of firepower. Tikonov Rangers really stretching that armor thin. 23% coming out of the Javelin itself. That Emitter, according to this, very much dead, but still walking. Just shows you the legend that is Emitter. Tank, about to be the same.
Whoa, look at that guy
and then
go.
The Javelin itself, legged and almost one-touch CT. But Sifu is never denied. Won't be in the year 9091, won't be in the year 9092. Not sure if that's a reference, but that sounds cool and we're sticking with it. So there we go. Tikonov Rangers in itself to get another win, and a pretty good win. They didn't lose any mechs. They definitely could have lost 3 of them, maybe even 4 at any point. But because of good armor sharing and good armor twisting, they were able to preserve their mechs in order to keep that firepower going. While you saw the same thing come out of NAF, it definitely was not at the same measure. This is what it feels like it came down to. Like, any team could have potentially done it. You could also give it up to the deck being brought by Tikonov Raiders, where they were a little more generalized. They had Daka, they had Laser Vomit, they had X-Pulse, they had a lot that could answer a lot. And therefore, with their powers combined, it just comes down to Folkfire's fight, with a lot more weapons being brought to bear against the Charger 1A1s, which still bring half a loadout of small lasers. And you can see some of the damage numbers, consistent damage numbers coming out of Tikonov. While again, consistent damage coming out of NAF, I think it just came down to the weapon system difference. So, good fight though. Now, Tourmaline Desert is famous for being a pretty big open map, large, and so caps become pretty important and can easily be forgotten about, especially with this last drop being at 450 tons max. You're behooved, you're encouraged to bring bigger mechs because, you know, bigger guns, more control of the map, you know, whatever reason you need to justify it, but you typically do see bigger mechs. And so you're in a tough spot with the 6v6 format where you might not want to bring, you know, 3 Wolfpack mechs and then sacrifice tonnage to make that happen. You might just take 1, you might just take 2. And so we'll see what these teams bring, see how many they decide they're going to play. And here we go with the teams coming in. So we're looking at Tikonov Rangers coming in right now. But Chrysalis and Corsair 7A already looking like a bit of a range, but we could be wrong. Coming from the dropships. Beautiful dismounts. Alright, so we have the Ryan with the 3 SRMs, 1 AC-10, heavy PPC, Crusader 60 with 2 snubs, 12 smalls. We get the Fleet 19. I mean, it's going to be running the max shot. I don't know why we actually need to double check, but hey, look at that. Big shot. Phoenix in the max shot. Scary to behold. Now, of course, there's 7-8. Yeah, that's what I thought. 4 blue laser, 2 Gauss rifle. Just perfection in the back. We get the Fafnir 6 card coming up from Allsys. They did great work with that one before. And Chrysalis, once again, in the Corsair 7A. 3 large laser, 2 Gauss rifle. Probably going for target computer among. Now, things are escalating pretty quickly as NAF is doing a different position that a lot of teams don't normally go for. Would you see the Theta being contested by Carnex and the Hatchman with 2 snub, 5 small lasers? We do see Phase Troll and the Phoenix 7 is trying to do some scouting so they can get some info on where the enemy team is presenting themselves with a 5 small, 1 light, 1 heavy. But we see kind of a push coming with 2 Stalker 7Ds with laser bomb, binary ear mediums from Limothy, Umbral Dancer doing the same thing We have a Banshee 3M, 3 large pulse, 5 medium pulse, and another Banshee, 3 large pulse, 5 medium. So very much laser bombing, lots of medium pulses. Let's see what kind of position they end up going for. No caps, interesting enough, from either team. I think Sivo, seeing that, makes it feel bad in their analytical mind that there was no caps going towards either team. Decides to take the hit and take the risk. Plus, with the scouting coming out from one of these teams, they now know where they are. Phoenix dropping at 67%. Could be another headshot. Let's see what they got. Oh, Noah. Unfortunate back shot. Brought them down to 60%. They will have to play careful. There goes the drop, as they might be dropping into enemy sight lines. Yes, they do. Lots of laser bomb coming out, but they managed to scamper away. Phoenix Hawk in tow, looking to fight them. Samshill leading the charge for NAF. Laser bomb makes setting up to position. So this would be interesting. A lot of teams will run this kind of gambit where they now push across this Echo 2 or Echo 3 line. But here's the thing. We have a Fafnir set up. We have the Corsair 7A and the other Corsair 7A kind of pulling back to like the Echo 2 region. So there was a little bit of concave. We do see Facial and the Phoenix Hawk doing what they should do. Trying to see if they can get a side flank with that to distract them. With the Crusader 16 waiting in the pocket. Not really exposing too much. Waiting for these mechs to get in close. But they don't need to get in close. Because this laser bomb mechs are happy with their mid-range trade. And sure enough, the Stalker and Banshee are moving up. Still trying to make that engagement happen. The Phoenix Hawk from NAF is hitting the side flank now with the Hatchman somewhat in tow. Limothy, being the focus fire of all these long-range mechs, is getting cooked by the overheat, is falling apart, and there they go down. Ostad's almost getting taken down in exchange. What's left is the Stalker and the Banshee out of this exchange. Now notice that the Campbell point was taken out by the Flea of Team 1. So, not worried about this engagement at all. I mean, they do have a Crusader and a Ryan out of Tikonov Rangers to secure this. So that's probably a big reason for it. Umber going for the leg, and the Crusader does indeed get it, but the Ryan is still healthy.
Whoa, look at
Let's see how that fight against the Corsairs and the Wolfpack of NAF are going out. It looks like it's about even. However, as I noticed that Chrysalis taking a beautiful pole in the air shot, taking out the Phoenix Hawk. Looks like it's up to Connect to see if they can secure their deal for their team. CT to open, jump jetting, shooting, but unfortunately, just like before, Chrysalis really good at shooting mechs in the air. That was really good. It's a good fight. I mean, there you have it. Tikonov Rangers showing that they indeed were down and ready for any kind of strat coming their way. I thought it was very interesting to have to bring in like a mid-range strat, and it seemed to be kind of viable for taking out some of the Wolfpacks. I think it would have been really good if they were able to peel off a lot more. But unfortunately, long-range trades set up, ready to receive, even if it's not DACA, still is very difficult to push in, or not speed bro, I should say. We got 567 damage coming out of Steelers and 536 coming in tank. Well played. And then coming out of NAF, we had a pretty even spread with 327 coming from Umbra and the Stalker 7D, which makes sense because they were the final assault to go down for NAF. So, well fought, well played. And good attempts. Like, NAF had the right idea. They wanted the Phoenix Hawks to hit the side flank so they can leave some of the pressure for their bigger push. But unfortunately, it was just not quite enough. And let's see if we can actually catch some angles where we're not having to catch everything at the same time. Both of these teams doing a good job keeping the casters on their toes, where they actually have to move around and catch every little snippet, be thoughtful of every little fight. Anytime we're caught slacking, feel free to make fun of the caster. We enjoy it so much. But this is a good show. These MechWarriors are definitely showing they put a lot of practice to get to this point. And I love seeing it. I love being a part of such a community where you have people who just love the mech stompy robots, but they just take it to the next level. All right, we'll wait here for NAF to come down on their shiny dropships and see what they bring to the table. There we go. So, we got Matildas bringing a Corsair 7A, so we're already seeing the beginnings of potentially long-range trade. Face Troll, Phoenix Hawk 7S, Limothy in the Grasshopper 5H. We have a Bull Shark 2 from Sanzio. We have a hold call being called out by... Yep, there we go. We have a hold call being coming out from Tikonov Rangers. And typically, what that means is that there was a person who disconnected or is having difficulty. They were going to try to make a decision about when they're going to fire with that one. If they will redrop, they'll call it as well. But right now, no one on the teams are allowed to move. So we'll see what happens. Well, in the meantime, we got a 3 E-Large Laser, 2 Gauss Rifle. We have the Bull Shark 2 running 6 E-Large Laser. Phoenix Lux 7S, 5 small, 1 light, 1 heavy. Another Phoenix running 5 small, 2 ER PPCs, 5 large lasers from the Grasshopper, and the Marauder, 2 ER PPC, 2 Gauss Rifle. Also fit check. Let's take a look. You know, very, very, on brand with we're a competitive unit team. Got a little excitement out of Samsiel in that nice little red color. Beautiful looking mechs. Corsair. Matilda is being like, no, if I'm running the newbie colors, I will be. They won't know. Being the good old army green. So, all right, not bad, not bad. Let's go ahead and take a see what Tikonov Rangers is running with. I'm sure they're gonna look fabulous as usual. We have a Crusader 16 coming as Xivo. We have Stalker 5M out of Tank. Corsair 70 coming in Emitter. Fafnir 6R coming out of Phoenix. Locust 1V out of Chrysalis. And Stalker 5M Octus. So again, very similar color schemes. We have a 12 small, 2 summon PVCs on the Crusader. We have ourselves with the Locust with 4 heavy machine guns, 1 medium X pulse. We get the Stalkers coming in with 4 8-inch laser and 5 S6s. And Meter getting a pretty nice camo scheme. 4 large lasers, 2 Gauss Rifle. We have the Phoenix. Ooh, love the decals. Good look to the mech. Fafnir, 4 large lasers, 2 Gauss Rifle. I think Emitter might have been the person who disconnected because they just took a couple steps ahead. We have the other Stalker, 4 large lasers, and 5 S6s. Interesting to see these mechs. Yep, they are calling the time. Emitter must have been the person who disconnected. And so when they naturally came in, it took a couple of few steps if they were on the W key when they disconnected. And there we go. The match has officially started. So, we're seeing a very interesting dynamic. Tikonov Rangers is going for a long range with brawl capabilities, being the Stalkers right here. We'll see what pathing they take out. They're not going for, I would assume, would be some of the more natural stepper routes, so let's see what they end up doing in general. Crusader 16 and Locust. Looks like they're also trying to make this into a push deck, considering the pathing they're taking. Let's see what NAF's potential spots are looking like. All right, we got the Phoenix Lux 7S moving to take Theta. We have the other Phoenix Lux 7S looking to maybe scout or maybe potentially get Gamma at some point. Grasshopper 5H going for a Delta 5 hold. The Marauder 4L going for an interesting pathing, maybe just to secure Theta, but they're already past that point. And lastly, we have a Bull Shark 2 set up on this high ridge in order to deny Theta, or they give out scouting to other sniper positions for Team 2. And Matilus in the Corsair doing the exact same thing. Mike Tylus? I always mess that name up. Alright, well, things have exchanged. Movement has happened. Phoenix Lux 7 has taken this high perch as well. Marauder 4L looking to take the high perch over here. So we'll see some interesting position coming out of that. Locust 1V actually getting bopped by some firepower. Is having to retreat from this engagement. Left torso already down to orange armor. Must have been a nasty shot. We do have a Theta being pulled out of this. We have what looks to be the Phoenix Hawk going for Sigma from Team 1. So NAF going to be able to secure themselves a 2-cap lead momentarily, with Tikonov not really being able to have an answer for that. They currently have most of their tonnage over on this far side and with only 1 light mech to speak. Now, given that light mech is the cap of summer mech, so if it needs to cap, it will cap quickly. Long range traders, as they make their movement, trading into the Corsair. Grasshopper 5H set up on this ridge in order to see if they can secure positioning as well. See if they can spot anything as they come around these trenches. Crusader 6T looking to put themselves in a position where they can maybe deny the Sigma cap. Maybe they go for the Sigma cap. Maybe they go for Theta. Maybe they're just safeguarding their rear so that their assaults can get into position that they want him in. But yeah, both. So NAF going for some pretty unique or interesting positions, setting up the sniper rolls. Nothing super, like these spots have been known, of course, but still, they're good spots to utilize. And in a lot of fights, especially in your playing day-to-day matches, you're not going to see most of those fights. So got smoke coming in from the Grasshopper. Looks like Tikonov is fine with just training a little bit. They have a 1 cap to their favor. Theta won't take a lot to get capped, and Sigma won't take a lot to get capped. But again, just with 1 Locust, it's difficult for them to be able to push out of this unless they do it in concerted effort. Now, the good thing is that if Tikonov wants, if they make a push, there's only so many mechs are going to trade to it. No matter how things are going, how NAF is spread out, only so many mechs are going to be able to trade with you. So if they make a forward push towards some situation, they will trade with their full team without NAF's full team. With that said, Matildas did go down to orange CT, a little bit of either backshot or, I'm assuming it's backshot that happened with the Corsair. We see the Stalker and Corsair, Emitter, and Tank, respectively, trying to trade in with the Marauder Pharrell. We have the Fafnir by Phoenix looking up to be aggressive in this positioning. Grasshopper 5H dropped from their high ground, probably because they're taking a little bit of a beating. There might be a call for a Theta aggression. Looks like the Stalker Crusader and Fafnir are maybe posturing for that. Let's check some of the damage that we have seen before us. Overheat damage coming out of the Grasshopper. Marauder Pharrell and this little cubby potentially dropping if they don't feel confident. Nope, they're willing just to hide for a moment. Left torso is indeed open though. Locust 1v wants to make an aggressive push. Seems to be fine with playing this as more of an aggressive route as opposed to worrying about caps as of yet. So we kind of have a little bit of a stalemate. Now this is going to be potentially a repeat of Polar Highlands, where we have a 2-cap lead coming out from NAF that eventually does get taken back by Tikonov. It kind of comes down to good trades and hopefully good positioning. Right now, it does seem NAF is taking the majority of the damage. Kiwi Mancer with the Marauder Pharrell we experienced earlier is now down to 78%, with Matilda's also at 78%. While for Tikonov Rangers, their lowest mech is 79%, but that being the Locust. Their range traded mechs are either 80% or up to 90%. Still trying to force Theta. Now, Locust and Crusader against 2 Phoenix Hawks is an interesting dynamic because while the Crusader has more brawl ability, the Phoenix Hawks do have the pop-tart capabilities, especially if they work in tangent with each other. And it looks like we're starting to see that tangent now, as they are attempting to pop-tart this Crusader. Oh, especially for Corsair by Matildas in the far back, able to get some fire, and Chrysalis and the Locust does indeed go down. Let's see what actually was it. Oh, what a poor sad death for a Locust. Yep, side torso does get popped. Looks like it was a rear side torso shot. So good shooting. And that is a big loss for Tikonov Rangers because that is their only light mech. That is their only mech that if they need to secure caps late game, they have that option. Because at this point, NAF doesn't really need to play it super hard right now. Like, they can deny Theta. I mean, they've lost some of their trades, so maybe it's better if they just wait for info. Phoenix Hawks begin to scatter, maybe even make a play for Gamba at this point, because they do not need to worry about the cap lead. Looks like that out of Connect, we're seeing a big disengage, maybe with that intent in mind. With that said, Tikonov Rangers recognizing their weakness, knowing that they have a light mech down, is not wasting time at all. They know the Corsair was over here, so they're deciding to play aggressive and see if they can make a pick happen. They're moving towards where they last saw the Corsair. Now the Corsair has scuttled up and taken the Gamma 5 sniper roost to see if it can actually put itself in a position where it can get some good shots out, or maybe even just secure and hide itself. Because right now, NAF ends the situation. They just need to not bleed and not lose mechs, you know, in a terrible, throwable kind of way. TV Mancer, left torso is now orange, but they're still fighting the good fight. The range game bent is what they're kind of hope for. Bull Shark Samzio just taking a little inspection and all the mechs to see how they're going. Left torso is open with the 6 blue lasers. Lots of good crossfire coming out. We've got to see those blue beams in high effect against the Phoenix and the Fafnir. Unfortunately, taking a big exchange out of that. Thankfully, the Fafnir's armor being what it is able to survive even 4 mechs shooting at him in the span of 10 seconds. They're still not only able to get to a point, but leave the point. As we do see a Theta hold trying to get captured by Tikonov Rangers. We do see that Corsair 7A now paying in Stephens by playing in such a back shot. Now, with that said, a mech died. Oh, okay, right here. I couldn't find it. Sivo, the Crusader, fought the Phoenix Hawk, got it down inside torso it. We do see Matildas, that's the Corsair right there, does he able to get a back shot on Osdes and the Stalker. Kiwi Mancer bleeding the other Stalker. It is now down. Kiwi Mancer being the Marauder Pharrell. So these mechs are now in unfortunate positions. Sivo, 40% against the Grasshopper, taking god shots from Matildas from across the way, trying to see if they can clear up that Grasshopper. Will anybody set the Grasshopper? Will Kiwi, where Samsiel, or this Grasshopper have to play Noble? I mean, if it's going to go down, it's going to go down fighting. Timothy does indeed scoop up Kivo in that fight. The Phoenix does get taken down by the Bull Shark. All that's left for the good old Tikonov Rangers is Emitter, surviving the good fight. You know, they've shown their mech being dead while walking and still able to keep fighting. So maybe this would just be another instance where Emitter will go into zombie mode and take out the rest of this team. But if things are going to go the way I expected, it's been a good fight. We just see some glory. We just want to see Emitter, and he wants it. He's got the UV. He's like, you know, that Grasshopper was here. I'm going to get it. And there, sure enough, does get the kill. Well, they notice some Marauder. Will some Marauder get the tasty backshot of their life? Probably those low mats offering a little difficult to beat. Looks like they're going to trade with Matillis instead. Come on, Emitter. Pick up some more kills for us. Hide that side torso. We got PPC shot. I think that was from... Yeah, this is from the Phoenix Hawk. That shots are not going to matter for anything. Samseal smelling blood in the water. Looks like they're trying to find the angle. Kiwi Mans are also looking for the angle. They have the scouting for the Phoenix Hawk, so they know where this person is. There's a 3-cap lead, so... I mean, not that it wasn't already secured enough as it is, but they just, you know, might as well pay the cap points. And there we go. Samseal getting, I'm assuming, an ammo explosion out of that. Because we did not see more blue lasers hit it. Emitter finally goes down, not by their enemy's demise, but by not securing their ammo belts well enough. Come on, Emitter. Don't put the bullets next to the furnace. You know this. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, those beyond binary, we have ourselves, at least for Yuntow casting, the first match of the ISC season. And boy, oh boy, was a good one. Great damage coming in this team. 788 from Samseal on that Bull Shark 2. 794 from the Corsair 78 from Emitter. So again, amazing fights. Glorious fights. Everything you want in a...
On the blackjack.
Black Knight CT.
Hunchback pushing center.
I'm on the Bull Shark. I need help.
Delta. Marauder.
Taking fire from the Stalker on the ramp.
Switching back to Delta. Delta's back in cover.
Trying to headshot.
Guys, I'm under a ton of fire here.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get there. Jeez, 2 minutes.
I'm overheating. My mech's gonna cook. I totally hit that thing.
Please push up.
Alright,
Got
UAV
me
up.
and Mech to your left.
Wait, coming.
Damage.
PT open soccer.
Surprise!
UAV down.
Oh, there's
On the Marauder.
You've got a UAV above you stuff.
side torso open on the Vindicator.
Strikes out on the Marauder.
Right corner target.
The whole pound or the Vindy. There you go.
Down.
Focus on Delta. Marauder.
Is the Black Knight down?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think it's just the Vindicator.
On the...
You're mine.
Ooh.
Is this pod racing?
Here, I'll walk in front and protect you. I got you.
Watch your
I'll say. Ah, he's still on kill.
Jeff is down.
We're up
Go
on the hill.
visual left.
Hey,
Visual
Daggerback,
left.
second 3.
Visual left.
Hey, Commandos, we're gonna push in. Scroll them.
He's got 2 commandos running around him.
Leg.
leg. Next one.
Leg.
Delta.
Going for the foxtrot. Hiding behind.
Gotta get in there. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up there.
There we go.
The Mauler.
Go to the lights.
Hey, trying to score the Mauler.
Commando's coming after me.
Got a foxtrot right behind us, running around, causing some issues.
Oh, there we go.
Keep trying to
for-
scroll them.
Commando, both torsos open. The Epsilon chargers here. Going like
Jeff's down.
Still on the Mauler. Who's left?
Going left leg, left
right
leg.
leg, right leg now.
Right leg.
Watch your heat. Alpha.
Going for last charger.
Right leg.
Down.
Oh, the commando's still here. Get it.
You'll never take me alive.
Alright guys, take later.
It's
Seems
quiet.
a little quiet.
Ambush to our left. On Alpha.
Doctor, we need Overwatch now.
Overwatch heard. They're all
Alpha.
over us. Side torso alpha. I just lost an arm. Where the hell is that scrap heap?
Already on the charge can. I'm behind Corsair.
What is
Corsairs about to be gone. Bit of salt, Mech. Too slow to do anything.
I'm down.
I'm good. Alright, where are the other ones?
Moving on beta. I've got no visual.
Something has fallen into our trap.
We got him. Let's go.
Destroy it.
See Alpha coming back up with Firestarter.
Retreat back to
There's
Echo
enemies
5.
here, I need help.
Starter.
He's alone.
Retreat back to Echo 5, please.
Alright.
This little flea won't get away from us.
Wait, hard left.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh. Minions, destroy them.
Going for it.
Push their legs.
Right leg.
One left, Osiris.
You fool. Worthless help these days.
Four House Steiner.
You're hot in here.
Pushing up top.
Oh crap, they're up
Left
here.
Side, primary.
On Charlie, Archer.
Who's in Alpha?
Change sharks to bull shark. It's right on top of us.
It's switching Bull Shark.
Back to Alpha.
Bravo Bull Shark.
Ah!
Sweet!
There we go.
You're hot in here.
That was good. That was perfect. All right, and that's a wrap. We did it. Yay!
Yeah, you died really